Welcome. I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up. I made this pretty card with products from Stampin' Up. I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for you on my website. Just click the links for the products to be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up. You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I'm using Quite Curvy and the Curvy Dies. You can get these together as a bundle and save yourself 10%. My ink is the Old Olive Stampin' Pad. You may want to use an Old Olive Stampin' Right marker. I will be using my Take Your Pick tool. My card base is the thick Whisper White cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have an envelope, of course, and a piece of Old Olive that is about 6 by 1.5, and then some designer series paper. To be honest with you, I wanted to use this paper. This is from the Fine Art Floral, and this kind of reminded me of a trellis. I used my last scrap of it here for this card. I think that the In Good Taste Designer Series paper has a number of things that look like they could be a wall or a fence. So I'm using this one from In Good Taste. You also will want some multi-purpose liquid glue. This Designer Series paper is not the usual size. I've cut it widthwise. I usually have them at 5 1/4. This is at 5 3/8. So I went for a little border. And then this way it's 3 3/4. And we're going to start by cutting this with the Curvy Dies. I'm using this one with the dots and the one with the leaf pattern. And I have my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. You might want to use the larger machine because this paper just barely fits in. We're putting the die in with the extra curvy part on that end. We want this end to be about 1 inch from the bottom, maybe a little bit more. This one a little higher. And we're also going to put this curvy die below it. You want to be very careful that they don't overlap. And I want this end to be on the Designer Series paper. Cover it up with your cleaner plate and roll it through. You'll have lots of confetti from those tiny dots. Then we want to roll just the Old Olive through. Cover that up. When you take this off, you want to be very careful. If at all possible, you want all of those leaves to stay exactly where they are. Whew, I think I did it. Yay! So we'll place those over there. And we'll go ahead and put the Designer Series paper with the leaves cut. And adhere this to the card front. And you want to put this all the way down with that skinny border. So that if you just worry about these being the same, it'll be just fine. And then this other part, put that on the top. And you're going to have that same border on the top. And that leaves you a gap of about 1/2 inch. I'm going to open this up. And we're going to stamp our greeting in this gap. Now it looks like I need to kind of curve this up a little bit. That's easy to do. That looks better. And while I have the ink out, I'm going to stamp the large ivy on the inside of the card. And on the envelope flap. And now we're going to do a little bit of piecing. So I'm going to just put a little dot of liquid glue in each of these little leaves. And this glue stays sticky even after it dries, so you don't have to rush. It might even be a good idea to wait a little bit till it gets nice and sticky. When it starts turning clear, that's when it's starting to dry a little bit. I want these arranged so that that last end leaf is on the correct side. And my leaves have moved around a little bit, so I'm going to just pick this one up. So I'm just picking up each leaf in order. And if you lose a leaf or anything like that, there's plenty of space on this cardstock. You can just cut another one. And most of them, they are different sizes, but they're about the same. So if you find a leaf that's about the same right size, you'll be fine. I think you could put a strip of old olive just behind this piece and it would be a lot easier. But these little leaves have, each of them has a little embossing in them. And I thought these were really beautiful. And it's really not that hard to put them all in there. Now, there is some embossing on the card, and I wanted to highlight that. And it is embossing, so if you want, if you're feeling brave, you can actually let your marker go along that track. For that, you want good light, though, so you can see where you're heading. And of course, having your head in the right place over this is easier, and of course I don't. On my sample, I also used Wishing You Your Best Year Yet. That's from Best Year, so you could put a second greeting on the inside if you're interested. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! Also on my website, you'll find a shop button. Under shop, you'll find products from Bev, shopping strategies, frequent shopper points, a link to my online store at Stampin' Up! When you click products from Bev, you'll find information about sharing my current products notebook in Evernote, And taggers. I started making taggers when all of those layering shapes came out, and it was so hard for me to figure out which one I used and how to tell somebody else which one I used. So I made taggers. Each tagger has the name of the dies, the item number, how many in the set, and each tagger has the size of that shape. I also sell my cardstock sampler, fine tip glue pen replacement tips, and large and small reclosable bags that I use for designer series paper, both the 6x6 and the 12x12. And I have a link for my friend's bow maker. Under inspiration, you can scroll my projects, look at the latest post, find out about the basics, which I've designed especially for new stampers, and techie tips. Under getting organized, you'll find links to stamp case slips, product labels, large labels, case inserts, ink refill cases, lots of coloring tools, a stamp pad storage solution for practically no money, catalog tabs, a quick reference, and a wish list with the catalog index, directions for my basic toolkit to go and my compact desktop toolbox. I have so many people looking for my Evernote current products notebook that I have a new tab just for that. You can find out how to share my searchable catalog. You can go to SIP Together and you can find out how to join my team so that you can either save money or make money. Thank you for stopping by. Talk to you soon.